Hi guys, so in a couple of the videos that I've put up, you'll see there is a double in the parentheses by the banded exercises, so what's called a double banded exercise. Now what I'm wanting from this is to set up one band across a stable surface that another band pulls against, which it'll make sense when I start doing it in a second, but essentially this allows us to overcome the difficult thing with bands, which is that they tend to have tension at the place that you want it normally in most exercises. Like say with the lateral raise, the tension increases as you pull further up, but then there's very little tension at the bottom. So that's good with the lateral raise because at the bottom portion most of the movement is initiated by your rotator cuffs and small stabilizers, which you don't want, and obviously you want the focus to be on your lateral delts. However, there are some exercises like a seated row, for example, or a face pull, where you will want the tension to be a little bit more progressive throughout the movement. You still want some tension on the bottom. So for that, I don't know if anybody else has come up with this sort of stuff, but I decided to try and think of, well, right, what happens if we pull one band against another? So obviously as the tension on the elastic increases, it's going to increase to a point where it hits the minimum point of tension that is required to pull another band. Now obviously if you attach a light band to a light band, it'll have one effect. If you attach a light band to a medium band, it'll have another effect. If you attach a medium band to a light band, it'll have a different effect. So there's no scientific algorithm for doing all this sort of stuff. I mean, you could make one if you really wanted to waste a lot of time, but the best thing to do is to experiment. So what I've done here is I've attached one of my light bands to a medium band, and I've also hooked up another light band underneath. They're all red, so it's a bit confusing, but those are the bands I've got. So if I'm going to do a face pull, for example, I'm going to pull on the lighter band. As you see, as I pull out, it's still pulling the heavier band right from the start, but more so as the tension on the lighter band increases as I get further or closer towards my face, which if I take a step back, that amplifies it somewhat as well, because then obviously I've got a couple more steps away, I'm putting more tension on both bands. So I could say do that, or I might find that that's too much or doesn't give me the right feeling, so I might go back to two light bands instead. And as you can see, the two light bands pull slightly differently, so this starts pulling a lot quicker than it does, or with a lot less tension than it does with the medium band, because obviously it's a lower tension band. Equivalently, I could find both are good, but the light and light is very light, but the light and medium to start with is enough until the point where I say I get to 8 to 10 reps, and then I want to continue this set, and I could do a drop set. So I could just go straight from doing reps on the light and medium, flip the band over, light on light, and there I've got an extended set with the two bands. Now that's an example with a face pull. Obviously you can apply this to anything. You could do it with a seated row, you could do it with a single arm row, whatever you like, but basically play around, have a look at different combinations of bands with different exercises, see what you fancy, see what you feel. This is all a feeling sort of thing, but that's a demonstration of what I would refer to as a double banded exercise. Get creative, go nuts.